today to make some salmon burgers for everyone. And we're gonna make two versions. We are gonna make the family dinner version, which will be burger size. And then we'll also make what I kind of created as the toddler finger food version, which has been so great to just make a bunch and freeze and send as Noah's lunches or for quick dinners. And you can make this type of toddler burger in a lot of different flavors, but we'll just talk about the salmon today because that is his favorite. Thank you. So what is really easy about these is everything just goes in a blender. So we are gonna put in a pound of wild caught salmon.
No.
Yeah, we are. And for the burgers, if you were just making the burgers, you can really just rough chop the salmon so it still has more texture. But for the toddler ones, you're pretty much gonna puree this.
Cold.
Yeah, we're gonna put in 2 eggs, but you have to crack them before you put them in. So we are gonna put in 2 eggs to our blender, and these are pasture-raised, and they're just gonna bind everything together because we're gonna end up baking these. And you could definitely pan fry the family dinner version, but I just like meals that you can kind of cook it and walk away. So we have some seasonings here. We have 2 tablespoons parsley, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon salt. So we'll just dump all that into our blender. One interesting ingredient is we have a cup of cauliflower in here. So this sneaks in some veggies and it helps just bring everything together. So one other ingredient that we add is we add 3 tablespoons of this Primal Kitchen mayo. And this is the only mayo I use because it's made with avocado oil and pasture-raised eggs. And then if you want it to just come together and be a little bit firmer, I would add 3 tablespoons of coconut flour. But I have made it without the coconut flour and it turns out just fine. All right, you ready to blend, Noah? Do you want to press the button?
Yeah.
Press this button. Good job. All right, let's see how we're doing.
Golden.
And if you have kids where you want to feed them some fish like salmon, but maybe they're not quite as into the taste, or you're just introducing them to it, doing a cup of sweet potato instead of the cauliflower would really help. I think it would be a really good way to introduce it to them. And one of the reasons Noah likes salmon so much is because one of his first foods was a combination of sweet potato and salmon pureed. I'm just gonna take a handful of the burger for the family size. And you just kind of pat it down and flatten it. Get it rounded, and then I'm gonna lay it on the baking sheet. And another great thing about this is you don't have to make just enough for one night. You really could make enough for a couple nights and then put the leftovers on a pan with parchment paper and freeze the rest. And then once they're frozen, just put them in a Ziploc bag, and then you already have another meal made for another weeknight. So we have made some of the patties, and we're gonna bake these up at 350 for 20 minutes. So for the baby burgers, what's cool about these is you can use either a Ziploc bag, and I have cut the tip probably about a 1/2 inch, or you can use a piping bag.
Okay.
Yeah, can you help me get it into the bag? So we just get all the air out of the bag, zip it up, find the end that has the tip cut off. Oh, let's leave this on here. Now I have a silicone baking mat on here, or you can use parchment paper. Just with the salmon, you definitely want something on there where it's not gonna stick. These are small and delicate, and you don't wanna, you know, lose a bunch onto the pan trying to get them off. And aluminum foil is not gonna work for this. So we just take it like a piping bag. We're gonna make the salmon burgers. Look, we just pipe a little bit on there. Pipe. Yeah, you're helping, thank you.
Show.
You're gonna do it yourself? That is gonna make a mess, I promise. So we're just gonna make these into little balls, and we're gonna bake these for 10 minutes at 350. You can just check on them, make sure that they're firming up, and then once these cool, I will just leave them on the silicone baking mat or parchment paper, stick them in the freezer, and then once they're frozen, I stick them in large bags and just save them for different lunches or dinners. But we'll get these all finished up, and then we'll show you our dinner. Dinner.
Plates. Fishy.
Yeah, you gonna eat some salmon?
Fishy.
Yeah. You have the fishy plate because you have fishy on your plate. Broccoli. You're such a good eater. All right, so we have our salmon burgers finished here, and again, these baby burgers cooked for 10 minutes at 350, and I have some broccoli for Noah and some oven baked fries. And how I do the fries is I do some oil. I had some herbed oil this time, but you can just do salt and pepper. And I cook them at 400 degrees for 40 minutes, and then I broil them for about 3, and it gets them nice and crispy. And you can definitely make a big batch for the weekend. Carrot. I like to send these in his lunches with the baby burgers. Are you just eating everything?
No.
So you can see for the adult plate, we have the same veggies and fries, but we have the bigger patty. And I'm gonna do something special here because my husband and I are spice lovers. So I just made some sriracha mayo. You can either do it with mayo or yogurt. I did it with some organic plain yogurt. And I just put it, oh, no. I put it in a little baggie. I'm gonna snip the tip like I did with the baby burgers. And you're just gonna do some zigzags over your burger, make it super fancy.
Fitting.
Look at that. How good does that look? I mean, you've already eaten a lot of it.
Spice.
Yeah, it has a little spice. Well, thanks for cooking with me.
Yeah.
All right, I hope you try this recipe and enjoy it as much as we do. You say bye?
Bye.